Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Reenie and this is of course the Enchanted Planner. Today we are planning in my health planner for the first week in March or February 28th to March 6th. I've pulled out dates and just dated it already. These came from the Dates and Holidays book, the pink one. I think it was the second one. I'm not sure, but I think it was the second one. That was before my time. But anyways, that's what I used to date it. So what I have pulled out, is, let's get some wax paper. I bought these from, according to Allie, like, I don't know, a year ago. And it's not like I'm at Go Wild, but you know, I aspire to be at Go Wild, and Go Wild is right here. So I think we're going to use these, because when else am I going to use them, honestly, right? Then for some other fun stuff, I pulled out Pastel Tropics. And then I've got my handy dandy DIY bullet points book. So let's take these babies off the discs, the discs. Yeah, I've still got the teacher planner in here because I'm probably going to flip-flop back and forth a bit, but I figured why not use this again this week. Because I'll admit it's been less functional but more fun to decorate, and then on the other side it's been more decorative, like really fun to decorate but less functional, so I can't win. I think the idea is I'm just gonna have to make my own damn planner. That was probably going to be the win-win. Okay, so these stickers are always extremely freaking delicate, so we gotta be careful here. I had been saving these, and then I was like, well, it's not going to be in California again next year. It's probably going to move to somewhere else. So that's not very smart. Let's just, you know, get them used so they're no longer in my stash, right? I did have a second set there. See, they're already starting to rip. This is what pisses me off about these small shop stickers. Spend a frickin' fortune on them, and yet they are not very durable. Like when you can't even lift them up off a sheet without ripping them, that pisses me off. Okay, I love this llama. I think he's hilarious. I understand he is the mascot for Go Wild. I also think this is fun. I have never been to California. The furthest into the US I've ever been is Oregon. And the furthest across Canada I have ever been is Alberta. Yeah, I'm a sheltered soul, I am. I'm not, you know, a real big traveler. I'm going to pull these off of here. Right now, whether I use them or not remains to be seen. But at least this way, if they're off the sheet, I don't have to fight with them. And then if I don't use them, I can always put them back later. Feel me? Yeah, I don't know exactly which ones I want to use yet. I'll leave those on there. Okay, I also have some boxes. I don't know if we're going to use them, but I do have some boxes. And then, like I said, I pulled out Pastel Tropics because there's a couple of great stickers in here that will work. Like that one. And then, oh yeah, there was this great quote too. Do what makes you happy. I was struggling looking for an idea for this week because I simply had none, honestly. I had none. And then I suddenly remembered, I'm like, wait a second, it's Go Wild this weekend. So I can use those stickers and we'll go from there. Now, I thought there was some little, maybe not. But I think we're gonna pull this. What else have we got in that pink or purple? I don't really want noted, that's the only problem. Is that it for those stickers? Of course it's going to be that for that stickers. However, we do have these. Be excited about everything. Think happy, be happy. Do I want a pink one or a purple one? I think we need a little bit more purple, maybe? No, yeah. Finally the weekend. Not really that it matters much in my world, but you know, sure, we'll pull that off. You never know. And we've got some boxes in here if I need. Okay, and that's it for that one, I think. I think we have more than enough to get our rocks rolling here, if you will. Okay, sidebar wise, do what makes you happy, or do I want to go with What a Time to Be Alive? I think we're going to go with that one. You know what I didn't pull out was any habit trackers, but that is easily remedied in a moment because I know where I can find those. Okay, so, but I got to measure here because I may not have tons of room. I want to try and get this on the sidebar. Or do I want to make a little scene? I also have my little stat thingies. We got to figure out where we're putting these. Because if I do this for food and that for exercise, it means I can sort of decorate the center here. Or I can... put those in there. Let me see. 2, 3, 4, and 6, and 7. Let's play around with some sizes here, or not sizes, but positions. Okay, and then we could decorate the center and then use the top for activity. Or I can put these at the top. And then decorate the center and then use that for, I kind of like them down here. All right. But before we go getting excited here, if I'm decorating that center, I need to white out some lines. So I'm going to white these guys out. And while I'm doing that, we can chat. So it is, I don't know, 7 o'clock in the morning here on Wednesday. What did I get up to yesterday? Not a lot, honestly. I did a lot of filming, so I got a couple of videos filmed. And then I need to finish working on my office. I tackled it on Monday. Yeah, I guess it was Monday. But it's far from done. Still needs a lot of work. So part of the problem is I want to rearrange it, but my office is fairly small and I don't have a lot of options when it comes to rearranging it with the current furniture I have. I have IKEA, like, you know, the Kallax shelves or whatever, and I have the desk that attaches to the set of shelves. And then I've got, so that's the what do you call it? The Kallax shelf I have is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the desk attaches to that shelf. And then I have another couple of Kallax shelves that I use for storage and whatnot, which are currently full of primarily books and sticker storage containers, I will say, which is kind of hilarious when I think about it. But when she told me like 2 years ago I was going to be like completely head over heels for stickers, I probably would have laughed at you, but then maybe not, because the scrapbooker in me has always liked paper and stickers and decorating and creativity, so it is impossible that I would have not been completely, like, you know, in denial about that. Okay, that takes care of that side. Kind of messy, but this pen is getting to its last legs, I think. just trying to ride it until it is done and I can get no more out of it, or it stops working. Sometimes when they get near the bottom, they just refuse to cooperate, which is kind of getting close to where we are right now. The coverage is getting a little bit thin, but that's okay. It's still working, so we're still going to use it. It is coming along here pretty dang good. What else is new up here? Yeah, Canada's still crazy, you know. But, you know, I had sort of come to that conclusion, and then a fair amount of you reinforce the same, that, you know, it's sort of that, well, you got to keep going on, right? You got to keep moving forward. So can't get stuck. I don't like getting stuck, and it's not like I've never been stuck before, because I do get stuck, trust me. Sometimes it's really, really easy to get stuck in certain mindsets without knowing you're stuck in those mindsets. And, you know, I feel that what we've been through in the last 2 years has shown quite a bit of glaring holes in certain systems we have. Like, I don't know about in the US, that, you know, people that are advocates for the homeless have been basically at our provincial government for years about the lack of whatever was needed to try and get them off of the streets or whatever. And, you know, throughout the pandemic, we had not only COVID-related deaths, but we had overdose-related deaths. And those were on the rise because people were using alone. So there was, like, you know, if you get high on your own supply kind of thing and you died, oh, look at that, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Or if you went into cardiac arrest or overdosed or whatever, there was no one there to sort of, like, you know, get out the Narcan or call the paramedics or whatever, right? And then, you know, we had a broken healthcare system to begin with. And then COVID comes along and just basically reinforces the fact that the healthcare system is broken and needs to be addressed sooner than later. You know, there's glaring problems in, you know, women's stuff, and, you know, that needs to be addressed. You know, on the other side too, like, when you look at it with the lockdowns and stuff, how many children were, you know, stuck at home in all kinds of situations that were not good because they didn't have the reprieve of going to school every day. You know, some of those children, the only places they get proper meals is at school. You know, we like to live in a world where we think that everything is peachy keen and there's no problems. But I'm telling you, when it comes to women and children with the lockdowns, I think that there was a lot of extra additional abuse that they were probably subjected to that they didn't need to be subjected to because they had no escape. And that is part of what pisses me off so much about the unnecessary lengths that some of this stuff carried on. I mean, even now, if you don't meet certain criteria, you're not allowed to move through a lot of society. I don't know. I think it could have been handled a lot differently. And I think, like, Christine and I were talking in IG, and of course she's an RN, and, you know, she's boots on the ground, if you will, right? And, you know, the ones that are dealing with it day after day know what the science is. They know. They have way more personal experience with it than, you know, people at the top that are, you know, assuming this and assuming that, right? I don't know. It's just frustrating in some respects. Okay, so now if we take California Love, where do I want to put a suitcase there? I don't know. This is going to be too big to go anywhere else. It's going to have to go on the sidebar. Now, before I go getting too crazy, we're going to de-stick this a bit, but we also have to be very, very, very delicate in how we de-stick this because, again, this basically is just, you know, Avery sticker paper, just not overly hang on, I'm gonna make sure this is gonna make sure this is going to fit, and I don't mind trimming off some of that and that it's straight. So okay, then I just need to get in there behind some of the stuff to white out. I want to trim. Can you see through it? We can see through it. It's okay. It's all good in the hood, but I do want to white out this stuff. So talk to me, people. Let me know what's up. Let me know how life is. We're just going to cover up activity here. Okay, let that dry. And then we need to take out some of this. Actually, we probably need to take out most of that, but that's okay. Let me focus on one thing at a time here. See if I can get this covered up without making too much of a mess. I think that is pretty good, except for a little bit on that side. Okay, there we go. Woohoo! Look at that. I don't think it's straight though. It is not. Oh, God damn it. Okay, let's hope and pray we can get this up because it's not straight. And I don't want California to be unstraight. It's already ripping. Do I pull out the undo? This is not going to want to come up nicely. You know what? I'm going to leave it because I don't want to rip the page. I don't want to rip the sticker. So California is just a little bit crooked today. It's going to drive me crazy. It's going to drive me crazy. All right, never mind. Out comes the undo. If you don't have this stuff, I highly recommend it. Although, speaking of which, it is illegal in the state of California. I guess California's laws permit or don't permit whatever, some active ingredient or something that happens to be in this adhesive remover. So if you're in California, you might have to smuggle it in. See, it started to rip the page just a tiny bit, so we're gonna trim that off. Oh, come on. I just want the little fluff off. Just a little fluff. It's just a little fluff. Okay. Well, it's dry now. Now let's see if we can get this down straight. Use a line to line it up. Oh, shite. Okay, I'm too high. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta figure out where I had this. Then I line it back up with where I already had whited out because I don't want to do that again. Okay, California is now back down, and California is now straight. which is important because, like I said, I didn't really want it to look like California was crooked. You know where I'm going with that. Not only would it drive me crazy, but the California peeps can't have your town or your state looking like it's slipping off somewhere into the ocean or something. Okay. Now we got the little llama. Wild at heart. I don't know where I want to put him yet. These palm trees are awesome, but I think they might be too big. Ironically, these palm trees are the whole reason I bought these sticker sheets, because I loved the palm trees. And I figured I could use them in something else. But then, like I said, when I realized it was actually Go Wild weekend today, and, you know, some of my peeps some of my followers, some of my subscribers, some of my peeps would be in California this upcoming weekend for Go Wild. I was like, wow, okay, apparently I need to white out those middle lines too. All right, back to the drawing board. This one I'm going to pause for, because otherwise if I have to white all these lines, this video is going to get really long. All right, we is back. Lines are whited out. Now, I'm just trying to decide, because I still need to be able to put stuff up there, but I think I can make this work. So we're going to lay this down like so, except I'm going to sneak in here behind and just white out a little tiny bit of this. That should be enough. Okay. And then we're going to take the palm trees on the opposite side, if I can get them off of the wax paper without ripping them. So let's not forget, this is already the one that ripped when I was trying to pull it off. So let's take some sticky off of this baby. Ever so carefully. And this one is going to come down here on this side. And the weekend's on this side, like, because I don't really do much on the weekends. Like, I still get physical activity, but it's like in a different way. Like, it'll be like vacuuming the car. And it's funny, speaking of which, I was talking to a girlfriend. She phoned me yesterday when she was driving back from dropping her husband off at work. She's like, well, I started out and I was going to get my car detailed, and I found this place that would come and do it for like $150. And then she says, but, you know, I figured I would, like, you know, get some of the stuff done ahead of time. Like, I decided to go and, like, you know, make sure the vacuum out the trunk and whatnot, right? And I'm listening to her, thinking to myself, well, that's generally what you hire the detailers to do, but okay. So as I'm listening to her go through this, she ended up just cleaning her own car entirely on her own. I'm laughing at her. I'm like, you're freaking hilarious. I said, but see, when we look at what brings us motivation, like Mel Robbins says, motivation is fleeting, and she's extremely correct in that statement. We have to make our own. I want to see if I can sneak this underneath just where you work. Where you work? No, we're going to end up having to trim me off. Motivation is fleeting. We have to make our own motivations. Now, how does one do that? Haha, that is the $1 million question. The answer is simply, you just have to start. And what I tell clients is, you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to do this, and then I can do that. So let's look at dopamine, for example. Dopamine is the happy, wonderful little feel-good chemical in our brain that, you know, we get from things that, you know, bring us pleasure or rewards. Now, a lot of the times these days, dopamine hits come from your cell phone. I'm not kidding. We have totally changed the way we receive. Why won't this freaking thing cut? All right, let's go back. I'm just trying not to cut the damn page. There we go. Okay, so today, dopamine hits you get from scrolling on your phone. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at in society right now. So, and we probably spend, as I've discussed before, far too much time. Oh, I gotta lose a layer, I'm getting hot. Probably spend way too much time on our phones as it is. So getting rid of some of that isn't a bad idea. Okay, so if we're gonna do that on Tuesday, we're gonna bring you in, I think, right there. Oh my God, the llama is so cute. The llama. And then we have this Gol Wild SoCal, which I think, I don't really have a ton to work with this, but you know, we're just gonna have some fun here and use up some stickers. And then we have this Planaheim sticker, which I don't know is really gonna work, but the luggage might. I should have moved him over. Do I want to move him over? No, I'm just going to leave it like that. And then we're just going to pull out the crocodile. So with motivation, you just have to start. So if you tell yourself, I'm going to do this for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever the case is, that is how I got back started exercising last week. Now, granted, the workout that I did do, I paid for a couple of days. So, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot exercise done last week. I wonder if I can cut this in two if I'm really, really careful. Because I could put California and then plan in. I need my, sorry, my chair is squeaking. I need my cutting mat. And this is where things are going to get interesting because it's on black. Can I do this with scissors? Do you think I can do this with scissors, guys? I should be able to, right? Theoretically. Because it's really hard to see on that cutting mat. I do have my other one, but let's try the scissors first. So back to what I was saying. And this is where my girlfriend literally ended up. Like, she didn't want to detail her own car. She had no motivation to do so. But because she started with telling herself, okay, well, I'm just going to do this. And then that evolved into a little bit more that she did and a little bit more that she did. And before she knew it, she had cleaned her whole car. And I thought that was super funny because even those of us that, you know, we do this for a living. It's not that we don't ever struggle with this stuff. I still struggle with motivation. But, you know, last week I told myself, okay, we're just going to hop on the bike. We're going to be on the bike for, you know, we're going to start with, you know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then, you know, I took it a bit longer. And then I was like, okay, well, now that I've done that, we're going to do this for a bit. And then before you know it, I had done what I needed to do and got the workout in, right? So if you're struggling with motivation, just start with little stuff and then reward yourself for, that's cute. I do need some white out behind that California. Oh, I think I took off the period, but that looks kind of weird there. I think we're gonna have to trim that off. So I don't know why we have this little, I think it's supposed to be like an accent, but it looks funny now that I've cut it apart. So we're just going to take that off. All right, so back to where we were laying this guy down, like so. Yeah, so we're just going to white out here. Yeah, this pen's on its, into its last legs. Yeah, so if you're having trouble like trying to get motivated and stuff, just start with little stuff. That's what I generally tell people. That's how I started with my office on Monday. I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to tackle this pile of paper, and then I'm just going to do this, and I'm just going to do that. And eventually I managed to, you know, get quite a bit done. Sometimes you just need to start. Just start. That's all you do. All right, so finally the weekend. I pulled out washi, and I haven't even used the damn washi yet. So I think we're going to go finally the weekend, but I don't really want to cover up the palm trees. So we would have to back this up to about there. And I think I want to cut that so it is not a flag end. It's just so it's straight. And then we're going to come to this line here. And we're going to go like so. And then we're going to take the purple one and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut off the flag end. And we're going to come across like so. How does that look? Not coal white where I wanted it, but these trees are taller. So we're going to move this just a tiny bit. So it's over here, I think, a little bit more in balance with the other side. Well, doesn't help that my little trim job here wasn't straight either. It's a bit better. All right, then we have this little pink Get It sticker. I'm not sure about that, but I did find while I was whiting out, I decided to take the opportunity and I went and grabbed a pink habit tracker. So we're gonna slip this baby in like so. And then I think that's all I'm gonna be able to get on this sheet when it comes to those guys. Now we do have I don't think it really needs anything more out there. It's a little busy, so we're just going to leave those. But we are going to come over to my bullet point book because we need to see if we can find some, oh, those might work. They're not really hot pink, but have a look at their color. So I don't think I'm going to have anything that's closer. I mean, I have hot pink, but I don't know that I really want to use those ones. Like they're like this, and they're huge, right? What else do I have in here? Not those ones. Those are a bit much. Ah, I saw you. I would rather I'd have a purple. That would be perfect if I had like purple ones. Look at the hearts. We have those hearts. Decisions, decisions, decisions. There's nothing there. We have one here. Well, these might work. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me go back to that page where I found this. Let me put this back. Let's come here because we do have a few things that might work in here. Like this one is more of a purpley pink, so we're going to do that now. I did this last week and I ended up moving them because they did not work. So I think we're going to start there. I need my little ruler because what I do outside. I don't really work well in centimeters. I'm an inches girl personally. Is we're gonna go one in there. And we're just gonna draw a line across. I think I'm gonna use the grid, so we're gonna go that one. And then we're gonna go, I don't have a line here. For some reason, either this grid doesn't show up very well or my printer is not picking it up. I might have to get a hold of Stephanie for that because it does not. Like there's a section here where there's like almost no grid lines. It's down here somewhere. All right, now then we're going to do this. It's you. You. And we will move this. And move that. There we go. And then we at least have a guide, right? Okay. Ooh. And then we do have an orange. We have this coral color. Let's see. Yeah, that works pretty good too. Okay, so we're gonna go like so. Those are not very straight, but I will fix them later. And then we'll do another pink. Or do I want to do this? I just had a thought. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Because we have the dark pink. And we have, like, I don't know if it's going to be that pink or this one. That's pretty much the same color, so let's not do that. I do have this, like, baby colored pink. And I think I kind of like that, so we're going to do that. We're going to go that, that, and that. And then on this side, we're going to go this. And then we go to, which one's next? Corally pinky color. And then we go to the lighter pink, which is this guy right here who wants to just jump off the page. So we're going to use him. He's excited to get onto my spread, so we is going to make him work. All right, let's have a look. This is kind of cute. Now, where'd my washi go? I did pull out some washi, like I said. I got this sort of ombre pink one. I also have black. I think we need some more black. I'm just going to figure out where the black's going to go. Ooh, I should have thought of that before I laid everything down, but I might be able to make this work. So let's try this. Bring this down just a little bit. You can still see the little flag underneath the llama. That's why I should have laid the washi down earlier, but no. I was kind of in my own little world. I do believe this, yeah, this must be Happy Planner washi because it's got a plastic inside. Could I tell you what set it came from? No. May have been Stargazer now that I'm thinking about it. Could have been. The Stargazer washi set? Very well could have been. Because I think that one had some blacks and some purples. And oop, I just ripped the washi. Damn it. All right, it's all good. I'm going to pull this. We're just going to fake it. Like so. Okay. That's kind of fun. What do you think? It's kind of fun, actually. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. This side looks like crap, though, so I had trouble rolling, like getting this to come up off the roll. It just was not cooperating, which shows me that this washi is now getting a bit old, because when they get a bit old, they get a bit cantankerous to deal with. So if you're finding that your washi is kind of nasty and sticky and stuff, that's probably what it is. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I just want to come down here. I could do that too. Let's see what this looks like. Let's take a look and see what this looks like. See if I can get this guy laid down without having to constantly lose, but not always. Not always do we get to do that, because sometimes it just is really difficult. So, oh, come on, there we go. just need to trim off this. And we are good to go. Yeah, I kind of like that. We have the black and then the pink, right? We got the black and the pink. Kind of good. I think that's a wrap, you guys. I'm going to color it in. So where's my holding planner? Stick it back on the discs. It'll look so much better when it's on black discs, but it's going to stay in here for a short while until, oh, that's not the right one. I gotta get these into their home planners because right now they're kind of giving me grief. Okay, so this is that, that's that. It's gotta be this one. Oh, it is this one. I just dope. All right, that's it. Like I said, it looks so much better when it's on its regular planner disc. But that's a wrap, you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and you guys have a great day. We'll see you again soon. Ciao.